What's up, guys? My name is Aaron, and today I'm going to be reviewing Logan Lucky. This movie is written and directed by Steven Soderbergh, and it stars Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Riley Keough, and Daniel Craig. It's basically about this family who's trying to reverse this family curse that they have, the Logan family, and they set out to kind of execute this robbery during the Coca-Cola 600 race during Memorial Day weekend, and it's basically about them playing the heist, doing the heist, and kind of the aftermath of that. I was looking forward to this because I'm a big fan of Steven Soderbergh. He's one of my favorite directors. Movies like the Ocean trilogy, Side Effects, Magic Mike, I think that all those movies are really great, and he's a really interesting director because he doesn't do the same thing every single type of movie. He's always switching genres and stuff. I do like that. So anytime that he does a movie, I'm kind of there for it because he's a really interesting director to me. And the cast is really strong too. Channing Tatum is one of my favorite actors. After I seen him in 21 Jump Street, Side Effects, Hateful Eight, he just does a lot of different things, and I really look forward to seeing him in different things. Adam Driver's another one. I like seeing him in things like Patterson was one of my favorite movies of last year. So anytime he's in a movie, I like it. Riley Keough is so diverse with the movies that she chooses and stuff like that. So she can kind of inhabit different things and different types of characters, and she comes across really believable. She's always a cool watch for movies, and I wanted to see what Daniel Craig would do with this different type of role. There was a lot of things going for this movie. I heard it had a lot of buzz. Whenever I saw the trailers and stuff like that, there's a lot of buzz for it. A lot of people have been giving this a lot of rave reviews. I think this is a solid movie. I don't think it's as great as people are making it, in my opinion. I think it's still a watchable movie, but I think the third act of it really kind of hampers my enjoyment of the entire movie. I think the movie is really entertaining. The performances are really good. I think Channing Tatum does a pretty good job as kind of the straight man during all this. He's the one that kind of keeps everybody under control, and he's the normal one in this situation. I think that he does a pretty good job doing that, and he does have some funny moments, but he's just a really good kind of rock for this movie because he's the one that you kind of feel for. He's the one that has the family that he's trying to stay with and stuff like that, and he's trying to stay with his daughter and do stuff for his daughter. So you kind of get why he's doing that, and I think Channing Tatum did a pretty good job with that role. Adam Driver, I really like the way that he did this performance. He was really deadpan throughout the entire movie. He would just say things so weirdly, but it was really funny to me, even though sometimes it wasn't a joke. I think that he played his character so interesting, and I just love the choices that Adam Driver is making as an actor, the movies that he's making and stuff. I think this is a pretty good role for him. I really like Riley Keough. She's one of my favorite actresses out right now, but I feel like she kind of wasn't given a lot to do in this movie. Her character was interesting because she's a female in this family of boys or whatever, and I like how she kind of interacted, but I don't think they gave her a lot to do outside of the last third act of the movie, where you kind of get a lot to do with her, and I think that she did a good job. I just wish she would have had a lot more to do. I thought Daniel Craig was probably the standout of the movie. He was really funny throughout this entire movie as this guy that the brothers hired to help them with the heist and stuff like that, because he knows how to break open a bank or whatever, and I think that his dynamic with the brothers and how he interacted was so funny. He was just so on edge and stuff like that, but he was also really capable of whatever he was trying to do, and he didn't seem like he was out of his depths. I like that he knew what he was doing, and I think that Daniel Craig has a really good American South accent, and it really didn't feel like he was from England at all. It was weird that this was James Bond, you know what I mean? I think he did a pretty good job in this role. The only actor I thought was kind of bad was Seth MacFarlane. He was this guy that worked with NASCAR, and he was this British guy. I don't think his accent was that great. He kind of came across as he was faking this accent. He didn't really feel believable to me as a British dude. Felt like he was just kind of doing a parody or something like that. I just don't think he's a great actor, and he was probably a miscast. I probably would have cast anybody else to me. Yeah, the acting was pretty good, and I think the characters were really kind of lived in. I like that the movie didn't really focus on, just telling you who these people were. You learn about them through their planning to the heist, and during the heist, you learn different character traits. And I like the movie didn't spell out their characters, you know what I mean? It just really kind of showed you who they were and stuff, and I did like that approach to the movie. I like the heist aspect of the movie, how they were planning the heist and the things that they were doing. This is set in the South, so they don't really have access to all the things that they would have in oceans or whatever like that. They really have to kind of improvise and kind of do things kind of in a clumsy way, but they really do get the job done. The movie kind of does different things to kind of subvert the genre by doing kind of different things because they're Southern dudes, so they don't have access to everything, so they kind of have to do different things, and I did like how they kind of improvise on the spot whenever something bad kind of happened. I like that aspect of the movie whenever it's doing the heist. It's just not super high stakes, you know what I mean, because it's really kind of focused on their family and them trying to do stuff for their family. It's not really they need to get money for a surgery or something like that, or they have to get money for this boss or whatever, you know what I mean? It's not really that like high stakes, and I did like the movie kind of like there was some tension, but there wasn't like super like intense. And I think the movie is filmed really well. I like the use of wide and negative space throughout the movie, and like the overly controlled and kind of stately camera movement felt like a machine, like the way that it was filmed, and it really kind of contrasted really well with like kind of zany antics of the characters and stuff like that. It might not be like for everybody, but I really liked the way the movie was filmed. That was a really big plus to me, and it was really crazy because the dude that directed it is the one that actually shot the thing. Like he's a cinematographer, so that was a really cool like aspect of the movie. The biggest problem of the movie is like the third act, basically like the aftermath of the heist. To me, it would kind of sucked all the fun out of the movie. Like I thought it was well acted. This is where Hilary Swank is kind of introduced, even though I think the part was kind of underwritten. I just think that the pacing of it was so weirdly slow compared to the first 2/3 of the movie. There's kind of like a twist that they're doing, I guess, with that part, and I get why they're trying to do it, but it just felt like that whole section of the movie was just so like slow to me. Like it just felt like it was kind of tonally weird, especially with the high of the heist and whatever. It didn't feel like the same movie. Like it felt like it was just kind of jointed on together, like as a kind of an aftermath to me. It wasn't like Heat or something like that, where that movie is just so like consistently done. You know what I mean? They really were kind of throwing stuff together. It felt kind of weird to me. It really kind of distracted my enjoyment of the movie. And I think it's definitely something that might deter me from watching this again. Like I might watch like the first 2/3, but I don't know if I would watch the whole entire movie again. I do think this is a solid movie. It's really well acted. It's well shot, and I do like the kind of subversions of the genre, but I feel like third act really just took me out of the movie, whatever they're trying to do. Like it was just so weirdly inconsistent with the entire movie. So I think it's a solid movie, so I give this like a 6 out of 10. I think the movie is solid, but I don't think that I would recommend you kind of go out in theaters to see it. I don't think it's that great of a movie. Definitely see it if you're like want to rent it or streaming to me, but it's not like something that I would kind of go out to see. I just wish that Katherine Waterston had more stuff to do. She was in Alien Covenant, but I really like her, and I wish she had kind of more stuff to do too. Those are my thoughts on Logan Lucky. What are your guys' thoughts? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.